All right. I guess I'm back with some more Vergil Ortiz, Mirigian, reposting a bunch of stuff on Twitter right now, and Jerome Ennis announcing that he's officially moving on. The Twitter beef is absolutely real right now, and I want to read to you guys what Boots Ennis had to say announcing that he's moving on, and what Mirigian and Vergil Ortiz responded with, and then my take on the whole situation. Here we go, man. This is Jerome Boots Ennis' tweet. He says, I did everything in my power to make this fight happen for the fans. I waited long enough and I stayed quiet through it all. It looks like Vergil or his team really don't want the fight. I came to his fight in his hometown and told him he was next. That was November. It's March now, and still nothing. It's time to move on. To division champion next. To division champion next. Basically saying his next fight is going to be for a world title, okay? That's what Jerome Boots Ennis had to say. And then Mirigian reposts that, responding to it, and so does Vergil Ortiz. But this is on Mirigian's Twitter. I'm about to read you all the next things that he just said right now, and then give you my take on it, because this is absolutely breaking news that everybody has to know about, all right? His stuff is getting real, man. He says, Mirigian's response, you serious? You did everything you could? You waited while we tried because your alternative is 7 figures left. You turned the fight down twice and you watched Ortiz sue to try and fight you. Now again and do everything he could? Really? He spent more than you made in your last fight to try to fight you for the 3rd time. Even now, still, you're acting delusional. You know Ortiz didn't turn down the fight, but we know who did, and so do you. Go grab a strap or two. Will be that much sweeter for Ortiz. Ducking accusations. Now, if you are a hardcore boxing fan or, came across Turkey Al-Sheikh and his little rants and posts and going on the Boxing Voice YouTube channel and basically saying Jerome Boots Ennis wants a tune-up fight. He does. $7 million. And that video I'm about to show you guys right now, because that has to do with a couple of Mirigian's tweets right now. But let's move on, all right? He goes on by retweeting what Vergil Ortiz says. Vergil Ortiz responding to Jerome Boots Ennis. He says, since nobody is smart enough to know how to read between the lines and see we actually tried to make the fight happen despite all the ongoing legal issues, which is a fact. That's the reason why Oscar De La Hoya put a temporary restraining order against Vergil Ortiz, because they were still trying to move on with a third party. And Oscar started seeing Vergil Ortiz slip away and not be part of this event. It was like, hell nah. Temporary restraining order. So he actually did try everything it took to fight against Jerome Boots Ennis. But let's carry on. I'll spell it out for you and everybody else. A lot of y'all must have missed out on critical thinking time in school. Peace out. Wow. And then Mirigian goes on by reposting what Mike Coppinger has to say, responding to Jerome Boots Ennis on Twitter, saying, Boots clearly has to move on. And at this point, since Vergil and Golden Boy Promotions arbitration could stretch until September, but Ortiz did everything in his power to make the fight. That's why he's been in a legal battle. Facts. And yes, Jerome Boots Ennis does have to move on. We understand that. I'm not mad at Jerome Boots Ennis here. Jerome Boots Ennis wanted to fight Vergil Ortiz too. It was Oscar who was trying to lowball Vergil. But let's continue. Mirigian goes on by reposting another post that Vergil Ortiz had to say. He said he did everything in his favor to make the fight happen, except, the only one time we were both offered to fight each other in Saudi Arabia. Y'all can cope all y'all want. It doesn't change the past. And then, check this out. He starts showing receipts of videos that I'm about to show you right now. Rick Merigian goes off saying, bro, you turned down $7 million, $6.5 million. When Turk Ilishik offered you the money to fight against Vergil Ortiz, but instead you decided to take a tune-up against Osuna Lima and get paid $1.5 million. He posts this video to go with that.
As a Anas, this is the first time between me and he doing business. He asked to go to 154 and have tune-up fight first. I am not charity. Go do it with Eddie, the tuna fight, and if you're ready, you will have in my side a lot of people waiting for you.
My goodness. And then Vergil Ortiz goes on Instagram and posts this. And I'm about to read it to you before I give you guys my take on the whole situation. Keep in mind, Jerome Ennis never responded after that, even though Rick Mirigian reposted all that stuff. Rick Mirigian still hasn't posted nothing till right now. Vergil Ortiz as wow. So things have calmed down. But Vergil Ortiz said this on Instagram. Everybody knows good and well I'm in a legal battle. And everyone with the brain knows, even though we are going through this legal battle, that we still try to make the fight happen. Using the situation as an excuse to say someone doesn't want to fight is not only idiotic, but cowardly as fuck. Everyone will see one day when the fight happens. I can't wait to shut every single one of you up. And Rick Mirigian comments, #facts. Look at you guys. I want to say something right there. He says, we are going through this legal battle that we still try to make this fight happen. Using the situation as an excuse to say someone doesn't want to fight is only idiotic but cowardly as. It was immature for Jerome Ennis to say either Vergil Ortiz or his team don't want to fight. You know, basically putting out the perception that they're scared of Jerome Ennis, that they're ducking him. If you know how to read, you know what's going on here. I don't think Jerome Ennis ducked Vergil Ortiz, and I don't think Vergil Ortiz ducked Jerome Ennis. It's Oscar De La Hoya who's trying to pay $3 million. When the dude's minimum is $2.5 million, only a $500,000 raise, plus 50-50 of net revenue, and split revenue after 200K pay-per-view buys as well. But he doesn't, you know, Vergil Ortiz, Rick Mirigian say they want $7 million, and Oscar De La Hoya can't even get close to that. It's supposed to offer another opponent by contract. If you can't come to an agreement on the first opponent, you're supposed to offer us 2 more opponents, 3 opponents, 2 fights a year. You're supposed to offer us. And Oscar says, no, I'm sitting you down and I'm blaming it on your manager. If you don't want to take this money, you don't want to take this fight, nah. And that's what triggered the lawsuit and everything. Jaron has been wanting to fight. I'm not here crapping on Jerome Ennis or nothing like that. He needs to go move on and fight somebody, but somebody big. Not another tune-up fight. It's out there in the world that he ducked Vergil Ortiz. And I'm not here to crap on it for it. It's over. I did that already. Back in the past. He did duck him. Turkey came out and made it public. But to say that Vergil Ortiz is scared or to say that his team is ducking, it ain't him and Rick Mirigian. Trust me, they were offered $16 million, $12 million to 20. They were offered multiple deals. If you read the contract, you read Rick Mirigian, everything that's going down, you would understand. It's Oscar De La Hoya that's trying to low ball Vergil Ortiz on his last fight of his contract. My goodness, man. This is starting to get crazy. Let me know what you guys think. This is the MMA Boxing Addicts channel. I'm just reporting to you guys everything that's going down. Jerome Ennis is officially moving on. And I'll be honest with you, man. I think I've seen Rick Merigian say, we'll see you in Christmas. That he posted something that said, the arbitration deal and everything that's going down is only going to take 90 to 120 days. This isn't the Mikey Garcia situation where we're going to be sitting out for 2 to 3 years. We are going to see you in Christmas, which is absolutely breaking news still. Kind of like what a lot of boxers are doing right now in the sport of boxing, right? Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury having tune-up fights before they fight each other. Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, they announced the September 5th fight. It's not official yet, but Devin Haney's going to be fighting against Rolly Romero. We'll see if Ryan Garcia wants to sit out till September. But fighters are doing this. So I think it builds up the fight a little bit more, even though everybody wanted to see it and it was the perfect timing. Jerome Ennis walking into the ring. Yeah, when Vergil Ortiz knocked out Erickson Lubin, it was the perfect moment. But this only allows Jerome Ennis now to go get some titles. He says it's going down, his next fight's going to be for a world title. Which would make the Vergil Ortiz fight even bigger, man. This is the MMA Boxing Addict channel reporting to you. Subscribe to the goddamn channel, man. I'm out.